How's it going, guys? Bloober Gamer here. This is archived stream footage. If you want to see me live, go to twitch.tv/Bloober Gamer. No more underscore. We're moving up in the world, ladies and gentlemen. Highlights are out there. My schedule is out there. Most of my archive stuff, if not all of it, goes on my YouTube channel, so even if you can't show up live, you can still see it there. But I'd love to see you guys there live, because then you can interact with me in the chat, and we can just have some fun. Until then, on with the show. Forgot to turn my light on. Hang on. I don't know how I do that. I don't even know how much of a difference it makes to you guys. It makes a difference to me just by sitting in the room, but I don't know. How's it going, guys? Bloober Gamer here. Welcome back to Crusader Kings III. I think it's been about a week since we played this, because I know I played Awesome Knots back on Saturday. Not much difference. Okay, good to know, Drager. Thank you for letting me know that. It's probably because of, I'm used to streaming in the evenings, so that, because of last year, I know it makes a huge difference then. I'm sure in the morning it doesn't make that much of a difference. It would make a difference if I had my window open, because I'm sitting directly in front of a window, so that would throw the lighting off by a lot. How am I? I'm doing really well, Drager. Thank you for asking. How are you doing tonight? I hope you've had a good day. So there were a couple things that I wanted to accomplish while we were first sitting back here. I was looking at everything, resituating myself, because previously I haven't been playing much of this game on my own, just because I've been playing it exclusively for the streaming. But the past couple of days I have been, you're fine, thank you. I'm glad to hear that, man. Past couple of days I was actually playing a Brittany game, Brittany playthrough, or just on my own, and so now I'm having to remember what my situation is, because I've desituated myself, if that makes sense. So we have 4 sons, which means that our inheritance is going to be really messy. Unfortunately, we're going to lose the entire Duchy of Northumbria, which is what I was worried about in the first place. So we will be losing all of this to our second-born son, which is a shame. We're only going to be keeping the North Riding here, which is good, obviously, and this earldom down here that we just took. So we don't really want to take more right now, I think, because it's going to be going to our other sons anyway. We don't want to be forming any duchies. We don't want to be doing any of that, because we're going to instantly lose it all. So I'm trying to think of, the other thing I wanted to do was I wanted to situate myself with these guys, because there are much better people we could put in these positions. My brother here is a 17 skill marshal. Why are we not working with him? Don't know. I have no idea why. Let's see, we're currently working with our brother. We're currently working with this chap, who is a powerful vassal, but Cleo, how's it going? Glad to see you. Hope you're doing alright today. Let me see. We could do this guy who's 15, but he's not a powerful vassal, so I'm very torn, because now he wants a powerful vassal position. Luckily, he likes us so much that he's still not even upset with us, which is crazy. Oh yeah, Drake. Oh yeah, Drake around. Oh wait, no, never mind. I think you two have seen each other on the Awesome Knots stream, so you both know that you're here. I don't know. When did I get here? I've been here since a while now. This is my room. I don't know if you two are talking to each other or not. I'm just covering my bases, if you will. Alright, let's see here. We're currently increasing county control. How bad is the county control down here? 9? Okay, yeah, we do need to work on that a bit. I was going to put him back on reinforcing our levies, because we need a lot more levies. Not me. Okay. Just making sure. Alright. What do we want to do? That's the question. This is still considering us Osteru. Oh, yes, because we haven't converted to Catholicism yet. We definitely want to do that soon if we can, because then we can start... If we're Catholic, for example, you can talk to the Pope here, and you can ask him for money in exchange for piety, which is really nice, because I have 1,400 piety I'm not using. Because we're not a Reformed faith Osteru, I can't do that. So, yeah, we can't do that, unfortunately. So I want to convert to Catholicism as soon as possible. So I want to take our heir here. I want to see if I can find him. Let's see, if we look... Surely there's a religion filter here. Yep. Not Osteru. If we just look... Let me see. Also, we'll go by alliance power. Because you can't sort by religion here. I want to see if we can find a Catholic wife for our son. So that he can convert to Catholicism. Aha! Oh, she is 25. Let's see. Let's change this back to relevance. Let's see if we can find a relatively young wife for him, because we do want to be having heirs for our kingdom. Aha! He takes a hit in that regard, but yeah, this'll be fine. This'll be fine. I'm sure that'll be fine. I'm trying to think of what we can do, because our king is 42. He's kind of young. He's right in the middle. We want to start thinking about who's going to be carrying on in our place. So I'm trying to think of what I can attack, because we're kind of weak. If I'm being perfectly honest with you, we're kind of weak at the moment. So I'm just going to be letting the game play. We need to build our strength a bit. We need to be getting more levies. Oh no. One of my prisoners has smallpox. Get him out of here. And we're being raided, apparently. Let's go... Oh! Look at that. My army can be raised right here. And we can instantly whoop the pants on them. Look at that. We are going to lose some troops from this, but we can't afford to be raided. Oh, thank goodness. Who's this chap? Someone died in the smallpox outbreak. Don't know who that is. Not really a concern. Awesome. That was concerning. Let's see. We won that. We gained a level of fame from that. We are now illustrious. That's pretty awesome. My daughter has become of age. She's a fortune builder. Look at that. She is really... If we unpause... Yeah, look at that. She's really talented. 16 intrigue, 14 stewardship. She doesn't actually have a single bad stat. She's average or good in everything. That's pretty cool. Let's see if we can find a decent alliance to throw her with. That's only 396 troops. If we don't do matrilineal and sort by alliance power, we could get 2,500. Or I could go down to the 1,300 and have maybe a more sustainable alliance due to the fact that he's younger. Because this guy's 68. I'm just trying to think about the longest lasting alliance we'll be able to get here. Let's pick this guy. Matrilineal they will not accept, of course. So we'll lose out on that. But yeah, we're already marrying her off. That notification's a little old. Our mercenary contract's about to expire. Who's about to expire? 2 days. Okay, yeah, we don't need them. We don't need those, guys. Rams, how's it going, man? Hope you're doing alright today. Man, we have a few people here. I hope you guys are all doing well. It means a lot to see you here. Alright, yep, mercenary contract is gone. We do have an alliance, which means our troop count is kind of low. How's the control looking here? We really need to get that control higher. Family concert. Apparently so, Drager. Apparently so. I can't explain it. You probably know better than I would. Alright. I'm just really torn because I want to be increasing our levies. Because, for example, our marshal is currently working on improving the control down here, which if the control's bad, that just means everything's going to be going wrong in this county, so the higher we can get that control, the better. But I also want him to be on the task of... I wish I could have him on the task as well of organizing levies, because our reinforcement rate, so the rate at which this will increase, would go up by 22%, and right now our troops are really low, so that could be useful, because then we could actually go and start fighting some stuff. For now, I'm going to keep it on control. Is it... I'm actually curious. Is there anyone... Oh my gosh, if we wanted to put our marshal in this spot, we could have a 20 learning dude. Is there anyone else who could go... Hang on a second. If we look back at our marshal... No, we really have no good marshal people. So while that'd be a nice improvement, our marshal will take a huge hit. And we're actually working quite a bit with him right now. So, we're going to hold off on all this. I do want to see... I could conquer the entire duchy of Mercia. Here's kind of what I want to do. Is I want to be able to make the Kingdom of England. And I'm trying to see how... My question is how many... Yeah, we'd actually be stronger than them if we did this. Why can't we do this? Okay, we're not exalted among men. If we were exalted among men, we could just invade their entire kingdom and try to take it. So I'm trying to think here. Yeah, I'm just trying to see how many counties she has. She hasn't formed the Kingdom of England, has she? No, she's just still the Duchy of Mercia, technically. Is there a way... She has 8 titles. She is over her domain limit for some dumb reason. She does have 2 duchies in there. She does have 3 duchies. So she could be trying to form the Kingdom of England. Hang on, there's actually a really easy way of seeing this. She has 16 Anglo-Saxon counties. If we want to make the Kingdom of England... Oh, I can't read that on my screen. I need to change that font. As much as I like that font, I can't read it on the screen. TKV? Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it, man. Let me see. Back to what I was saying, though. Because I do appreciate that. I'm just trying not to... You guys hopefully know how easily distracted I can get. So I'm trying to finish this thought before I lose it. 21! Here's the thing. If we can get to the Exalted Among Men category, in terms of our prestige, that will allow us to invade the entire Kingdom of Mercia. If we beat them, they had 16 de jure counties as part of the Kingdom of England here. Which means that we... Hello. Hi. Which means that we get up to the 24 de jure counties. Which means that we would have enough counties to make the Kingdom of England. And the reason that's important is because right now we are losing the Duchy here of Cumberland. I think that's what they're calling it, right? Yeah, we're losing the entire Duchy of Northumbria because, and I think I talked about this last time, we are currently considered a duchy. Even though we're this big blob that has more than one duchy worth of land in it, we're still only considered a duchy. So, now that we have enough land to make this duchy here, this would be the Duchy of Northumbria, these 3 right here. These 3 little bits. Now that we own enough that we technically would be allowed to create it, once I die and this stuff is split up amongst my heirs, my first heir will get this main duchy, the Duchy of Dara. This one right here, the one that we are. But my second son, they will form the Duchy of Northumberland for him, and it will just be given to him from these 3 things, so we lose it. If we make the Kingdom of England, my son gets the Kingdom of England. Okay, actually first, before I move on with that, I have to explain why them making this is bad. Because my first son and my second son would be on equal footing in terms of they are both rulers of duchies, my second son would break free completely, so we would not own the land anymore. If we make the Kingdom of England, my first son gets the title for the Kingdom of England. Self-explanatory, because that's the first title, that's the best title. The next son down would be getting a duchy title, because that's the next best title left. But because the duchy would fall under the Kingdom of England in terms of rank, we get to keep the land as them being our vassal, at the very least. So, hopefully that makes sense. Please let me know if it didn't, and I can try to explain it better. But we need to try to be exalted among men, ideally. Which, I don't know if we're hitting that mark. Where is my trademark question? Thank you for reminding me, Drager. I'm so glad that you reminded me about that. For all of you people who are here, what has been your favorite thing about today? Was it someone you talked to? Was it something you ate? Yesterday, for example, I had a delicious meal. And that was one of my favorite things about yesterday, because I didn't do much yesterday other than school. So that was my favorite thing about yesterday. But for today, what has been your favorite thing about today? I would love to know. Thank you for reminding me, Drager. I appreciate it. I've been having a hard time remembering for some reason the past couple weeks, because I'm apparently an idiot at remembering things like this. Why can't I just ban this army? This is consuming so much of my money. There we go. They're gone. Oh, this is a fun one. So this is Stone of Glass. As I struggle to make out the tiny letters on the scroll before me, I feel a headache building once again. Why do scribes insist on writing such small symbols? I squint and try again. Nothing short of a miracle. With the aid of a stone of glass, even old men struggling with bad eyesight could read with ease. So, we could get some nice learning lifestyle experience. That's a lot. But but this guy, our dude, has a weak hook on us. We could just pay for the experience, but I want the gold. Or we could lose some stress, which we admittedly have a lot of, and get some gold. I tend to go with that one because we're so smart anyway. Hang on, got kicked out of chemistry class for sleeping during it just hours ago. Oh my goodness. Well, I would not recommend sleeping through class for sure. Oh my goodness. Let me see. Oh, stress gain minus 20%. We'll do that. But anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I would not recommend sleeping during chemistry class. Now granted, I really enjoyed chemistry. It was my favorite science class I ever took in high school. So, obviously that's going to have a pinch of salt to it. What's this? Oh, never mind. That's going to have a pinch of salt to it, and I actually really enjoyed high school, so I never really had that problem. But, I'm both glad and a little sad to hear that that's the best thing that's happened. Although, if you're not liking chemistry, then I can see how that would be a good thing for you. I'm just torn internally, if that makes sense. Oh my goodness. Alright, so what we need to do with this king is we need to just grind for prestige, and we need to get our troops back. That's what we need to do right now. It's also my favorite, but the teachers make a difference in how you like a subject. Oh, absolutely, yes. You are absolutely correct. For example, I'm studying my accounting classes right now, and the first accounting class I took, I absolutely loved, because one of the reasons was the professor was so passionate about the subject, and I just really enjoyed it. Nowadays, a lot of my accounting classes are accounting-related classes, because my main accounting classes I do enjoy. Because, again, the professors are really interesting. But a lot of my accounting-related classes are not super interesting, I'll find. Just because the professor, it doesn't seem like they even want to be there. So I can understand what you're talking about. Okay, so here's the thing. Because we are a scholar, we have the option to choose this person who is a decent physician. But here's the thing. We already have someone who is a decent physician. They have a higher learning stat, which I believe goes towards physician stuff, as well as they're an herbalist, which is also something that applies towards a physician. So the one we have right now is actually better. So we're gonna keep it that way, absolutely. And we are going to we have a decent bit of money. I'm not afraid of, oh my gosh. Look at this. So Cheshire just lost this really bad buff that was causing us to lose 40% of the taxes in this area. So now we're getting a lot more. We're getting almost double the taxes from this place, back to its original amount, which is awesome. We need to look into upgrading some of these provinces we own. This one, for example. We need to figure out something to upgrade. So, for example, we could upgrade these hunting grounds. It will increase our overall gold. It will increase our defender advantage, which is nice. And it increases our levies by a little bit, so why not? What am I planning on streaming Saturday? No, I actually haven't decided yet. At the moment, I'm leaning towards Awesome Knots again, just because I discovered how fun Scree was to play, and I'd love to play some more of him, but I'm not entirely certain. I could do some Minecraft build battles, I wouldn't be doing this. I'll say that much. Ideally, I wouldn't be doing this. But I'm not entirely sure, to be perfectly honest with you. I need to figure that out. You're right, I do need to figure that out at some point. At the moment, I'm leaning towards Awesome Knots, though. Realistically, I'm not going to have anything set in stone, though, until the morning of. Just because so many things could change. Alright, we need to figure out what traits we want this guy to have. Take my time? I appreciate it, man. Thanks. So, we're looking at this, because we're educating our son here in the ways of being a good marshal. Which is good, he's our heir. We would like him to be decently talented at that. So, while I was in the castle town with Drager... Oh, that's right, he's the one I named after you, I totally forgot! I like how I'm staring at his profile, and the name just does not click somehow. Oh my gosh. His attention was caught by a criminal chained in the pillory. Drager lifted his head and made a show of ignoring the criminals begging for water. Wow, Drager, how dare you. No, I'm just kidding. So here's the thing. This determines what kind of stats we want, what kind of traits we want you to have. So... we could give you the compassionate trait, which I would not recommend. I do not find it to be that good. We could give you the callous trait, which has its perks, but not for really what we would potentially be using. Or we could have you keep the arrogant trait, which does have some downsides to it, but gives you an extra prestige per month, which is really solid. So, yes, you are in a game. I'd like to, for the people who watch this, if they're willing, I'd love to try to implement them into the game as characters. I just feel like that'd be fun. So, I feel like allowing you to keep the arrogant trait would definitely be the best one for you. Especially, thank me for putting you in. Absolutely, man. You tune into these quite a bit. It's the least I could do to show my appreciation. So, the reason I wanted you to keep the arrogant trait, especially, is because it does have a ever so slight opinion nerf towards my vassals. So they'll like me ever so slightly less. But what it means is that you get an extra prestige a month. And for example, I am getting 3 prestige a month. You as a child with no land at all are getting 1.1 prestige a month. Once you own some land and you are the petty king, you will be getting a lot more prestige, which will be really good for getting you up into those higher echelons, and people will like you better. So that's why I'm doing that. Alright, so we finished swaying one of our vassals. There's really no one to sway right now, honestly. There's not anyone who really is not a fan of me. I mean, we could sway this guy, I guess, to make him like me more. No one's really on the cusp otherwise of not... Oh, he's on the cusp of kind of not liking me, and he is a powerful vassal, so we'll sway him to make sure he likes us more. Alright. What are all of these things telling me to do? I could declare wars. It's actually saying that I'm stronger than Denmark, of all places. Which I find pretty crazy, but... apparently we are. Who would have thought? 28 control. Yeah, that's really bad. We're getting troops back slowly. I think we could potentially let this tick up on its own. The only reason I'm considering not doing that is because that's going to limit our taxes and our levies, as well as we're going to be inheriting this in the future. So we do want... our heir at the moment is going to be inheriting this. Although she is pregnant, so if she has a son, that will probably mean we won't inherit that. Which would stink. I'm trying to think of how we're going to do this. I have an unpressed claim on the chiefdom of Carrick. Where is that? Oh my gosh! Look at that! Bro! That's pretty nice of you. Look at that! I could absolutely take that. It's a free claim. If we look at Iceland, they do have an alliance, but I'm actually stronger than both of them combined. So, I think we're having a war, ladies and gentlemen. I would love some extra land. I'd like to wait for our levies to maybe improve a little bit. But at the same time, if we look at their alliances, they're pretty capped out on troops right now, honestly. Can't believe that they give away land for free. Oh no, they're not. I haven't taken this land, but what this means is, when I said that I have an unpressed claim, what that means now is the game, or basically the world, recognizes that I have a right to this land. So I'm allowed to invade it and take it for myself, or at least try to, because people think that I have the right to. And I think that probably came from I'd have to guess that probably came from my chancellor, if I had to guess. Yeah, so we don't technically own this land, but we could effectively we could take it. Which I think we definitely will want to, I think. The only reason I'm not instantly attacking this guy is because I was kind of wanting our levies to build a little bit more. And because... Okay, nice! We have another daughter. That's wonderful. And she is a genius, which means whatever we have her do, she's going to be amazing at it. So let's have her go stewardship, and let's try to instantly marry her off for some alliance power. Not you. Look at this! We could get an alliance. Oh, apparently we're related to this guy. Gosh darn it. Matrilineal alliance power. This boy here. We both gained some prestige. And that's not much, but that's about a 700 troop alliance. We can make it matrilineal, which means that all the children born into it will be of our bloodline, which will help with our renown. We are getting 2.5 renown a month, which is nice. Once we get to 1,000, we'll actually be able to pick out some really powerful perks for our dynasty tree here. These legacies. As an example, we can pick something like this. Marriage acceptance is up 30, which what that means is all people in our bloodline, people will be more willing to marry us, which means we could marry up into more prestigious families, which could be very good for us. And also that can also be good for getting better alliances. So a perk like that is really strong, and once we get to 1,000 renown, we can do that, which is really good. But anyway, I've already pledged her to be married before we've even named her, so let's give her a name. There we go. We have another alliance, which makes us even stronger, which is awesome. Alright, our troops have built a little bit. Control in Cheshire is built a little bit. I think it's about time we could invade this. The control's not super high here, honestly, which is a bit of a shame. Draeger is likely to get a very good education, so good on you, dude. Apparently, you're going to be getting a really nice education. So there we go. If we can get you a good education, you'll be a very good heir. You'll have a you could have a very strong martial stat, which is very nice. Someone else is apparently sieging this as well. So we're actually going to wait, because they may actually... Because here's why I want to wait. They may potentially be taking this themselves. Who is this? These are troops of Powys. Oh, well, we don't want them to take it, because then our claim would mean that we'd have to fight them for it. Ugh. I'm really torn. I'm kind of hoping that they can be fought off. Although it's not looking like they will be. I'm guessing that they are trying to take this land as well. It's a holy war for this chiefdom, yeah. They're trying to take it. A holy war, that's an interesting choice. Holy wars are a little interesting in this game. If you're a different religion than them, it basically can allow you to just go to war and take land for almost no cost. And it allows you to use piety, I think, instead of prestige. But the downside to it is people of that other religion can potentially join in and help. For example, he is Osteru. I think I technically could have the potential to join in if I wanted to, which I'm not going to. Oh, a peasant rabble People are wanting to revolt against me. I installed Awesomenauts, and it's surprisingly running great on my device. I am glad to hear that, man. Admittedly, the game is something like... I think it's probably at least almost 10 years old at this point, so it's not running with super powerful systems, so that's probably part of the reason why, if I had to guess. Alright, so we have a couple choices here. From all my evenings watching stars, I have seen with my own eyes what I have only heard of before. The stars move at different speeds and reverse their course at different times, but seemingly in large groups, depending on which celestial sphere they belong to. Indeed, with the right calculations, one could even predict their movement. My Halfdan does not approve, of course. Leave the skies be. The celestial realm is for the elders to know. I'm gonna pick the I will find my answers in the heavens, and the reason for that is he'll like me ever so slightly less. But he's already at plus 100 opinion of me. He's a big fan of me. Is this guy Galileo? No. This is our religious leader in our kingdom, effectively. So, he's basically saying... Because obviously studying this guy leans a bit more towards a little bit more towards a secular path. Since he's a religious person, he thinks, no, you should just... The skies are the heavens, that's the realm of the angels and things like that. He doesn't really want me to focus on that. I am going to, because even though he likes me ever so slightly less, it's not a huge deal, but it buffs my stewardship, learning, and my prestige to do this, which we want prestige, so we're naturally going to pick that route. And he likes me so much, he's still at a plus 100 opinion of me. So it doesn't matter. He likes us that much. The peasant rabble is actually powerful enough that they could be trying to mess me up soon. Oh my gosh, we already have another learning perk. We get these things so quickly. This is insane. We've already gotten, what, 2, I think? This one stream? Man, I have to go sleep. Bye, have a great week. You too, Drager. Hope to see you on Saturday, man. But regardless, you have a great week, man. Time between mental breaks plus 3 years. Reduced chances of contracting illnesses. That's a pretty solid one, honestly. We'll just go for that. Good night, man. Peace out. Man, we're in a pretty solid spot here. My son is also more likely to receive a good education due to my queen's tutelage. Cool beans. She is already our soulmate, so that's cool. We got some prestige from that. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I'm kind of waiting to see how this war turns out, because this war could mean Palmas owns this land, which would kind of stink. Because then I couldn't take it unless I wanted to fight them. We are ready for this marriage. Oh yes, this is my eldest daughter. The genius. I mean, her stats are so solid. She can use hostile schemes against their own children. Oh my gosh, that's awful. It has its uses, for sure. But morally, that's awful. Yeah, we are going to approve... Wait, why did they not approve all of a sudden? Hang on a second. I'm confused. I'm confused. His faith does not allow polygamous. Right? You don't have another wife yet. So why does this matter? I am so confused. I'm so confused as to why they cannot get married. I don't understand that. Oh my gosh, we're being raided by a 3,300 troop army. I can't even fight that. We're just gonna have to let them raid us. We can't do anything about that. Which is really a shame. I could spend some prestige, which I don't want to do. I could pay some gold. So here's the interesting thing. I could pay the same amount of gold for paying him for the loss, but also I could pay the cost for helping them to rebuild. The difference is, this one, he just likes me for 20 more opinion. This one, he likes me for 30 more opinion, and it gets development growth for 10 years. Why are they the same cost? I'm obviously going to dump 30 gold on that, because the development growth is up by 10%. Development is amazing in this game. Oh, that's interesting. I am not risking getting Lover's Pox. You are gone. Get out of here. Sorry, you have to leave. I don't want Lover's Pox. That is bad. She is still our physician. Right? She is still our physician, so that's not awkward at all. What is it? Who is this guy? He's melancholic and scarred. I can't imagine why. He is in our prison. He's unlanded. What do we... He's not really that good at anything. Why... I mean, I could get a weak hook on him, I guess. I don't know why he's here. A most miraculous fish. Ooh. A local fisherman from Cheshire, Leofhelm, has come before me claiming to be able to cook an enchanted supper. That sounds lovely. Supposedly, he catches dreamfish from a secret spot and performs strange rituals upon them. He then serves their heads with each fish, inspiring ecstatic visions for days after consumption. The fisherman wrings his hands as he looks at me, eyes alight with greed and fear. He is deceitful. I would like to point out, he is deceitful. I don't really want a severe health penalty, honestly. My learning challenge could just buff my learning by 5. I would be a witch, however. I could get the nickname The Fishy. When did I first meet Traeger? Gosh, I actually have no clue. I want to say it was back when I first started streaming in the morning time slots, I think? If I had to guess, so that would mean January. I unfortunately am not sure. Because I have a lot of people that come and go on these streams, so unfortunately I don't know. I want to say it was January. Cleo, I want to say I first met you a week or two ago. But yeah, Draeger has been here for a while. I just don't remember how long. Can someone kindly remove this commoner? So, here's the thing. I don't really want to be a witch, because that's bad. So, I think I want direct vassal opinion up, and I want 150 prestige. Bam. That's working me ever so slightly towards Exalted Among Men. I can't really do anything with this hook, because he has no money. I can't do anything with this stuff. Yeah, this dangerous faction still is a thing. I can designate a guardian for my son. He is looking... Can I change you to diplomacy? I'd appreciate it if you could do diplomacy, because you are also comely, which means that your diplomacy is also better in that regard. And I can't change it now from diplomacy. So he is stuck as diplomacy. Let's find someone who is good at diplomacy. The best is me, actually. So yes, we will teach you. We will teach you our ways. I'm just trying to find the best possible way of getting to Exalted Among Men, because our life clock is ticking here. We're being raided again, unfortunately. Which means the control in these places is going to suffer. But I really can't do anything about it. The army is stronger than my entire... That one raiding force is stronger than my entire army, so there's not much I can do. I was shocked when I caught Draeger trying to steal from the travel chest of the visiting Sheriff Seaward. He confessed he had thought he could get away with it, but he now knows it was wrong. So we could give him the deceitful trait, which absolutely not. That's sinful to both us to ruins and Catholics, who I eventually want to try to convert to. So no, we want you to keep the trait honest. It does hurt your intrigue quite a bit, but it does buff your diplomacy at the very least. Because if we look at what the trait deceitful, intrigue is fine and all, but I don't tend to play with an intrigue playstyle, so that wouldn't matter. Yeah, those raiders need to leave our lands, dude. We're going to keep getting the same options. They're all still worse than the physician that we have. So we're just going to ignore all that. We're being raided again. Oh my gosh, we're getting raided non-stop. Let's watch the control drop in this county. It's at 100. Bam! Down to 90. Oh! Oh, look at that! Peasant revolt! There's no way I'm doing increased autonomy, because the control growth is dropped by half. So, a peasant revolt has risen up. Are they gonna stand a chance against us? Absolutely not. And here's why. We're putting one rally point here. We're gonna add another rally point down here. Now, actually, we're gonna move it to here. So we have our 2 rally points now. Let's modify this one. Put it over here, because they are in this province here. I actually don't want to fight the Vikings, so I'll move it down here. And now, we're going to raise all armies. This should split between our... Oh, we have swayed that guy as much as we possibly could. Let's look at who we can sway next. Let's look at our vassals. Who could like us better? We have a plus 22. Let's sway him. Because why not? What do you study, if I can ask? Yes, I am studying accounting at the moment, so... yeah, we'll see how that goes. Frankly, I don't really know how it's gonna go, but... I feel like it'll work. We'll see. Let's... yeah, but I'm studying accounting. I'm actually gonna be graduating with my 4-year degree, hopefully, in January. We can call our house member into this war. You go fight that way, you go fight this way. Yeah, they have no chance. I don't think they even have a commander. So yeah, we're gonna go, let's go fight these guys, and we're gonna absolutely whoop them. That fight's gonna be easy. Absolutely. Hope I graduate. I appreciate that, thank you. I hope I graduate as well, honestly. Yeah, we just stack wiped that top group. Let's go. I don't think we're gonna stack wipe the bottom group here because our army isn't that much larger than theirs. Oh, never mind. We absolutely stack wiped them. There we go. We lost maybe 50 men, and we just destroyed their entire army. We destroyed the entire revolt. That is how it's done, ladies and gentlemen. Remove that rally point. Move back over to the North Riding. There's all these people running around in my kingdom here. I don't know what they're doing. They're doing something, I'm sure. Let's crank it back up to 4 speed. I'm still hoping that Powys loses this war here. Oh no, we have another son! Oh, are you kidding me? It's cool that he's intelligent and all, but this is bad because now we're losing this province when the inheritance law kicks in. We're only going to have the North Riding, and that's it. Gosh darn it, man. Well, that's a shame. Oh my gosh, we have so much gold. Why aren't we spending it? It just occurred to me, why are we not spending this gold? And why are you not improving the control in Cheshire? We really could use that. Yeah, let us take this money that we have, and let's upgrade something. We can't construct a new holding because we don't have the city planning innovation. So, we will upgrade our walls and towers, which improves our gold a little bit. Perhaps we invest in something else, but we're going to lose everything else, so I don't know what the point is, really. We could just invest it because we have it right now. That could be our game plan. Because, for example, we don't own anything up here in Galloway, so we're going to ignore that. What we do own is, yeah, let's take a look at it. What do I own specifically? I own this, 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 and just kind of this this square here, basically. Or this little loop. So the one with the best control is by far Lancashire. So let's see if we can upgrade their crops and fields to be better, which we can. Boom! Better crops and fields for all. We're being raided again. Oh my gosh. Stop it. Please. Stop raiding me. I don't want to be raided. Just go away. Shoo. Not you guys. The raiders, obviously. Alright. We are... I don't know if we're going to be getting to Exalted Among Men. I don't think our plan is going to work. If we look at our son, for example, he's only established. Which I want to say is third. I don't know. How long have I been streaming? I'm not certain. I want to say I've been streaming since maybe August or September, so... At least about 5 or 6 months at this point, which it doesn't feel like it's been that long, but I guess it has if I think about it. Now, granted, that would... Early on, I only streamed maybe once every other week for a couple weeks until I actually had a schedule set. Then I streamed something like 3 days a week. Then my holidays, I streamed 5 days a week, and then I took something like I took almost a month-long break from that because, you know, granted, streaming only an hour a day for 5 days a week isn't a super big commitment, but it's more than I had streamed previously. So, wait, who is this? Lotharingia? And I'll join this war, but I'm not gonna help it. But yeah, now because my streaming is extremely limited by my words. Yeah, obviously it's limited by my words. It is limited by my school schedule, which is why I'm not streaming Mondays and Wednesdays at all, is because I physically do not have the time to. Tuesdays are actually packed enough as it is. I have several things I have to read today, and as well as an orthodontist appointment, actually. I'm going to have to sort that out at some point. What was I looking at here? Oh, yeah. We have all these sons, who only some of them we have betrothed for some reason. I would like to start betrothing more of my children. You do not have a spouse. Let's try to find a good alliance for you. We'll go here. School is actually a problem. I enjoy school, it's just that, you know, it's a big time commitment. I'm taking, this semester for example, I am taking 18 credit hours, as well as doing an internship, as well as doing this. So, now granted, some people are doing a full-time job and a full-time schooling, so I'm not trying to say I'm the busiest person, but I'm investing quite a bit of time into my classes on the side as well, doing all the textbook reading and stuff like that, so it takes a lot more time than it used to, I'll say that much. Who am I looking at here? You are unmarried. Yes. We'll find you an alliance as well. Alliance power. $700 troops, that's not too shabby. Yeah, we'll do that. Alright guys, another 700 troops, just like that. And then our Sunny Boy here. I don't know, we'll just have him study martial, I guess. Why not? Educate you... Oh, you're currently... I don't know why I just randomly recommended my holy person study that. I'm not gonna pretend like I understand why. But yeah, we could marry our... We could betroth our 0-year-old to... We're gonna wait a little bit till he gets older. See if we can find a better alliance. Oh yes! We've hit 1,000 renown! I wish I'd known this was gonna happen before I just did all those alliances. So, we could improve some pretty solid things. So, for example, if we go for marriage acceptance... If we decided to go farther down that path, we just instantly we can get 10% more monthly prestige. Just for free, basically, which is amazing. If we take a look at these perks, they're pretty solid. Honestly, I am going to go for marriage acceptance. Because that is really solid. Let's go for... These powerful vassals want positions. You're not really good enough to give you anything. And you are pretty trash, honestly. I will sway you, though. Oh my gosh! I could use Renown to just claim his title, which I don't want to. Renown is pretty hard to get, so I'm not going to do that. But our Renown is 3.2 a month. That's pretty solid, honestly. Yeah, I'll just sway him, I guess. Just so he likes us more. I don't think we are swaying anyone important. He's a vassal. He's a vassal who's actually not a fan of us. I mean, he's the only one who's not a fan of us. So we definitely want to consider that. Not beard, ain't even blue. I do have a beard. It's just it's not a big one, okay? It's I try, Viking. This is a bad example, but I would say it would look like this even if I didn't shave for a week. It's kind of pathetic. It's okay. I prefer the goatee look anyway, honestly. I didn't need that. A lot of people don't know this because I just don't talk about it. That's not even the reason why my channel is called Bluebeard Gamer. I named it that back when I was... I named my YouTube channel that back when I was something like 15. It had nothing to do with me actually having a beard. It was the weirdest thing. But, you know, that's where we are now. I just randomly thought I'd bring that up. We're getting called into these wars where they are significantly stronger. I accept so I don't lose the fame, but I'm not actually going to help them. But it's good to see you, by the way, Viking. I didn't say it for some reason, I don't think, but it's good to see you. I hope that is known that it is good to see you. Still no one good. Wow, she is amazing at diplomacy. With your facial features, you're better off shaved, I reckon. I need my beard because my face is so round you can't get angle on it. Yeah, I actually flip back and forth constantly on whether to have facial hair or not. Every 6 months or so, I change my mind. And I may have told this story before in a previous stream. I'll tell it again because I don't remember if I did. My facial hair, even with this little amount of facial hair I have, it changes how old people think I am so drastically. Without my facial hair, people think I'm maybe 18, which I'll just tell you I'm older than 18. With my facial hair, people think I'm almost 30 at certain people, which is crazy. I used to work at Best Buy, and when I worked there, I had my facial hair like this. It was about this length as well. Someone just came up to me, and they said, and we were talking about games because I worked in the computer and gaming section, so we were talking about games, and they said something that implied that they thought I grew up with a Nintendo 64, which that's early 90s. No, I was not born in the 90s. I did not grow up with the 64. But just because I had facial hair, apparently I looked that much older, which was so crazy. So, yeah, I constantly flip back and forth on it. I'm not sure which I like more, honestly. But I don't know. As a guy approaching 30, this feels weird. Yeah, I get what you mean, man. I get what you mean. Maybe I will shave it. I don't know. Some people say they like the look better. Some people say they think I look better without it. I really don't care either way, because either way, it's a hassle to either keep it trimmed or it's a hassle to keep it shaved. So, I thought you were 17 or something. That's why I asked you what you study. Hey, it's all good. Now that I am an adult, I take that as a compliment. People, when I was a kid, when I was in elementary school, middle school, people always thought I was 2 or 3 years younger than what I actually was. Now, granted, that's because I was in middle school. I was 4 feet tall, so I was short for middle school. That's probably why. But now that I'm an adult, I take that as a compliment. So thank you, Cleo. I appreciate it. But no, I'm 20. So your question still applied though, because I am in university, so that it still technically applies. There we go. We're just gonna take a disease boost. I'm 30 with a beard, then 17 or 50 without it, depending on the angle. Yeah, I absolutely know what you're talking about. Now, granted, that's a greater extreme than mine, obviously, but yeah, my dad, for example, he has nothing to do with the stream, so I'll just bring him up because why not? He has had a beard for probably almost ever since I was born, and I see pictures of when he did not have a beard, and granted, that was 20 years ago, so obviously he looks older now than he did then, just because that's what 20 years does to a person. But I cannot imagine what he looks like without it. I feel like it's so weird. The mindset of I don't know, man. It's weird. I'm just rambling at this point. So I haven't been talking about this, but we actually have a decent amount of stress. I think we should spend some gold and go on a hunt. Also, if we get lucky, it could increase our prestige, which could help out towards our prestige goal of trying to be exalted among men, which I don't think we're going to hit at this rate. Oh, what's this? What is this? Who is this? It's my vassal. Bounding through the plains, I'm gaining on the flighty hart I have been chasing for hours. Just as I prepare to strike, I hear my vassal Earl Lurkir, because that's how I pronounce Scandinavian Norse things, cry out in pain. He has fallen and is now clutching at his leg. So, I can gain an extra learning for 10 years. And he loses the trait Wounded. What does he do? He's a vassal. Or I could gain 150 prestige. And he loses opinion of me. I think I'm swaying him anyway. Yeah, I'm swaying him anyway, so... Sorry, I'm taking the prestige. I'm taking the prestige. Stinks to be you. And that was a nice little chunk. I just need to get any bit of prestige I can. The only way I've ever seen my father without a beard was him in uniform when he was in the military police about 10 years before I was born. That beard until 2017 was older than both of us combined. Oh my gosh, yeah. Hey, some people do... Whenever people stick with facial hair, they look completely different. I don't know if you've ever heard of a show. There's a show here in America. I don't know if it even still runs. It was called Deal or No Deal. It was with some Howie Mandel guy. The show was kind of gimmicky, but the whole reason I bring that up is because this guy got... Basically, you have to wager on how much money... You pick a random briefcase on a stage, and you think, oh, how much money could this have? And you basically keep picking briefcases on the stage and to eliminate, and you hope that the briefcase you have is a really good one. Oh, you do have the show. Okay, cool. So Cleo knows what I'm talking about. Viking, I don't know if you know what I'm referring to. Cleo, you can probably understand what I'm talking about. I have no idea what's on US TV, given the closest I've been to the US was the Ramstein base along a highway in the Germany. Okay. So for your sake, I'm going to try to keep explaining this. So imagine, you're the contestant, you have this random briefcase you picked with a certain amount of money. Anywhere between $1 and $1 million. And every now and then, as you're eliminating cases, they tell you how much is in it, so you can get an idea for, there are still a lot of high-value briefcases up on stage, or there aren't as many, and you can kind of figure out, okay, these are the odds that this briefcase is actually worth something. And every now and then, they will give you an offer that says... There'll be this guy up in a shady room, and he will say, okay, if you are willing to leave right now, disregard the suitcase you have, we will give you this much money guaranteed. And obviously this money will vary based off of the types of briefcases that have been picked. So if a lot of high value briefcases are gone, they're not going to offer you much money because they know that there's not a chance you'll be leaving with a lot of money. Anyway, I say all of that because there was this guy who came on and he had just the coolest beard, one of the coolest beards I've ever seen. And he was maybe 50-something. His children were there. Their children were their children were young adults and stuff. So they made the point that they've basically never seen their dad without a beard. And I want to say the host basically looked at the guy and he said, you know what? If you will shave your beard, I want to say something along the lines of, I will add $10,000. I will add $10,000 to your guarantee. So no matter what, you're leaving with $10,000 more if you will shave that beard. I would usually sit up during night 10 years ago seeing this show. Yeah, I never really watched it just because I don't think we had access to it when I was a kid. We had some crazy TV network that really only gave us a couple publicly broadcasted shows. But yeah, so the guy, he shaved his beard and he looked completely different. He actually looked 20 years younger. He actually looked like he was probably in his 30s, even though he was 50 or so. Because his beard was gone. It was so weird. And that entire story was just because we were talking about the facial hair stuff. So I had to bring it up just for that one reason. I had the History Channel in Italy, but at that time it was the Hitler Channel, basically. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we actually, our History Channel around here, we have, they do a lot of documentaries about Hitler. To be fair, it's not to the documentaries they do aren't to glorify him by any means, but it is really fascinating to understand the environment that turned that guy into what he became. I mean, now granted, he was just an awful dude regardless, but the environment he grew up in, if you learn about his backstory, you don't feel sympathy for him because he's an awful person, but you gain an understanding of what the world was like. The world is a crazy place. Oh my goodness. So this is Drager again. My son and heir Drager, this is going to be the last thing I do for this stream, by the way, because I have a lot of homework assignments to do. I have a meeting probably today with some people for the Quarantine SMP server, and I have an orthodontist appointment. All in the span of today, so I have to make sure I can get all that done, as well as edit this. So, this will be the last thing we do. My son and heir Drager has been impressed with one of the household champions for a very long time. After finally meeting a person, he has been repeating the warrior's words to himself. Work hard and you can master anything. Oh my gosh, so Drager has the trait Diligent, which does give you more stress gain, but it buffs all of your stats by 1, which is nice. That's a solid buff. The greatest thing a documentary or movie can aim to achieve is to drive home the fact that he was human. Yes, absolutely. We are shaped by our environment, and while he is awful, he's a prime example. Is Drager gonna get a territory? Yes, Drager's our heir, actually, so when my king dies, Drager is gonna be the new king, actually. I don't remember if I don't think I chose the heir specifically. That's just the way it worked. Yeah, so in the game, he has honest, he has arrogant. Arrogant's a pretty nice trait, I like it. Honest is fine. Diligent is a really nice trait. So, the other options we could give him are generous, which I do not want to do because it decreases your monthly income by 10%. And if he is a king, you do not want that. Because then that really hampers your income. Or we could give him patient, which buffs his learning. It offsets the trait, or it offsets the loss from arrogant of the liege opinion. But the downside, and there's really not much of a downside to it, actually. I actually want him to keep Diligent. I'd rather him have some nice stats. And he is starting to have some nice stats here. He has a little bit of arrogance. I mean, video game Drager, obviously, not real life Drager. Whoa, what's this? The House of Islam is under grave threat from the onslaught of heathens and infidels in its very heartlands. In response, His Magnificence, Caliph Al-Mutaz, has declared that an era of renewed jihad is upon the world. The core regions of the Dar al-Islam must be retaken at all costs. All righteous Muslim faithful should prepare to join the ranks of the Mujahideen for the upcoming struggles. This could be the beginning of unprecedented Muslim aggression. Oh my gosh. So... hang on. Shame the game is too much in an early stage to have already bred some uber heir with 4 positive congenitals. Yeah, honestly, you're absolutely right. Oh my goodness. So, the Islamic world can now jihad us. I don't know if I can say that on Twitch without getting taken down, but I just have, so we'll see what happens. Oh my goodness. So, yeah. All these people down here, and apparently this place up here in the Netherlands, or up in France of all places, could now jihad us, which is scary. This is life motto: patience, don't do anything stupid. Absolutely. And just don't start humming that anthem. I don't know what the anthem is, so I am not going to hum it. But no, I would not want to do that anyway. That's an all. That would be bad. Oh my goodness. So yeah, we have to be slightly concerned about that. We are Osteru, so not a huge concern. I am going to be wanting to flip to Catholic, though. I am going to be wanting to do that, so we will try to do that. Let's take a look at let's take a quick look at our future heir's spouse's traits. There is India. Yes, yes, all the way over here. There you go. Admittedly, India's kind of a mess in this game. Even if you look at the consolidated empires, which is kind of the most consolidated you can get, there's still several just in that area alone. It gets to be an absolute mess over here. So maybe in the future I'll play over there. I have no clue, honestly. Let's take a look at her stats. She is also rowdy, and she's going for an intrigue focus, so she'll be able to help offset our potentially low intrigue. The new expanded Africa looks fun, except the fact that feudalizing is going to take you till the mid-thousands. Yeah, pretty much. That's why I've been playing mostly in Europe, is because you can go feudal pretty quickly. I do not like playing as tribal, because feudalizing takes a long time. Alright, she is temperate, which I don't think is gonna be a problem for us. If we had been patient, we would have been more compatible, but I don't think we're necessarily incompatible here. So, the reason I looked at all that is because if you have incompatible traits, the whole soulmate mission that you can do, the whole soulmate mission you can do is way more difficult if you have incompatible traits. What year is this? It is 917. So, we've already been in the game for 50 in-game years, actually. It doesn't feel like that. But yeah, this is technically our second ruler, so that is about right. He is 47 at this point. I bless the border guard down in Africa. Oh my gosh, yes, I love that reference. So, like I said, I do actually have to stop here. Simply because, like I said, I have a lot of stuff to do today, and I have to make sure I can get this edited before all this other stuff. Oh my gosh, Viking! 11th hour follow. Thank you, Viking. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. Cleo, Viking, Rams, Drager, anyone, TKV, anyone else who didn't talk in the chat. It was good seeing you guys today. I hope you all have an amazing week. I'll see you on Saturday. And yeah, have a great week. Until next time, this is Bloober Gamer signing off. God bless America.